My Shiba Inu ecosystem portfolio has finally exploded. My only regret is that I didn't buy more during the dip. Today, I'm going to show you my current Shiba Inu ecosystem balances after the boom in the past 24 hours. I'm going to show you my SHIB, Leash, and Bone balances. And then after that, we're going to explore some of the reasons why Shiba Inu traded over 5 billion in volume whilst gaining 2.5 billion in market cap. I'm also going to share some of the 4 reasons why SHIB added 2.5 billion in market cap in the past 24 hours. Welcome back to SHIB Planet, everyone. This is Ace. All right, let's get right to it. The current price of Shiba Inu at the moment has cooled down to about 13350, which is pretty amazing. I saw it actually go up to about 15,000 units at a certain point. And if you remember, I did an October price simulation at the beginning of the month, and I knew that October was going to be hot, but I didn't expect the price to be this high, at least in the first week. So if you recall, I simulated a price which is close to this. I think I simulated 12,000, but that was for the end of the month. So let's update my simulation. Okay, so if we can hold this level of support, and then I can rerun my simulation from pretty much exactly here. So basically what I'll do, if you remember, I add in my old simulation, I was adding to the market cap about 600 million, an average of 600 million a day to be able to get to that point. So if we're to use this as a base and to carry on with that, what I thought was conservative, if we were to carry on at that all the way up until the end of October or close to it, the under the previous conditions, the simulation would suggest that we would get to about 16,000. But if I update the numbers to something which reflects the present market sentiment, it would look something like this. So I would probably change this to maybe 110, and let's just see where that takes us. I'll move us so pretty close to 20,000 units. So after taking, and I'm use this number after taking into account all the sell-offs and whales taking profit throughout the year. But the interesting thing is SHIB already came pretty close to this amount when it touched 15,000 units. So at the moment, for the first time, my usually conservative estimations actually turned out too little. So you never know how this might turn out. Also, according to this simulation, to get to this, SHIB would have to put on, according to this, 2.5 billion in market cap. Now, ordinarily, I wouldn't have added this sort of amount early in the bull run because Bitcoin hasn't started properly pumping yet. But clearly, the market shows that it's prepared to add a couple of billion into Shiba Inu within 24 hours. But of course, guys, that's just a simulation for now. Let's jump on to Leash. Okay, Leash is pumping too. The price went up by about $300 in the past 12 hours alone. So, which is quite interesting because historically, Leash goes up whenever SHIB receives a lot of attention from the media, which is exactly what's happening right now. And since Leash has a very low circulating supply, which is just over 100, its volatility means that the price will spike dramatically, and that's one of the reasons why I have at least 1.5 Leash at any given point in time. Also, Leash is probably going to pump again at some point this month because Leash has additional utility which is coming up in the Shiboshi NFTs. So let's see if we can do a quick simulation for Leash. If the momentum continues like this and the buying pressure mounts for the NFTs, Leash could possibly 3x because it has got such a low market cap and such a low supply. It's got a high potential to pump. So I'm just going to triple that and see where that takes us. Obviously, that's going to take us to a price of 3.3, and my Leash would now has jumped up to like 5,000. So that's the power of Leash. Because of its volatility, it really spikes up in price. And as you know, we had quite an opportunity when it dropped to about 600, 700 recently. So by the time it gets to these prices, it'll be quite uncomfortable to purchase. Not financial advice, by the way, guys. As for Bone Token, it's gone up as well. As As you may know, like a Bone token it's been gradually declining in price, and it even went as low as about 70 cents recently. But just as expected, during the recent Shiba Inu pump, it affected the bone price and caused it to go for the first time above $1 in several weeks, I think. Now, bone token is also going to activate its full utility at some point very soon, and as you know, that's going to be its governance features, because it's a governance token for ShibaSwap, and this pretty much means that the holders of bone token are able to place votes to be able to steer the project. So basically, that's it. Overall, that's my current Shiba Inu ecosystem portfolio at the moment, and my portfolio has doubled in pretty much a matter of days. Actually, let me just reduce that because um, Leash is not that. So that's my portfolio at the moment. Or it's actually 10,000, but I think it's just changed because we did that SHIB simulation. Anyway, let's jump on to the next thing. Let's have a look at the charts. I'm just going to quickly head to the charts. But before we go there, if you're interested in running your own simulations for Shiba Inu or for any other crypto currency, I've released my full set of crypto simulators which I use on this channel. And as most of you know, they feature the full Shiba Inu ecosystem, and also Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Dogecoin. And they also have a separate dashboard for those particular tokens. And they also have an open crypto calculator, which you can use to simulate pretty much any specific crypto that you want. I'll leave a link in the description below. Okay, back to it. Now, at the moment, SHIB is absolutely pumping. It's up 55%, and look at that massive $5.2 billion market cap. We always knew it could get there, but it's actually amazing to actually see that price in action. SHIB was already on an upward trend. If I just scroll to the 7-day chart, SHIB was already on an upward trend for the past 7 days, but pretty much 24 hours ago, round about here, that's when all the action started happening, and we ate a zero, and we put on 2.5 billion in market cap in a matter of 24 hours. And that's pretty much the same thing for Leash, and the same thing for Bone. As you can see, I updated my calculators. Okay, anyway, let's explore some of the things which caused the explosion in Shiba Inu's um, price activity. I'm just going to head over here. So there are generally four reasons which most outlets are pushing. One is that the increase came about after Elon Musk posted a picture of his Shiba Inu puppy Floki. Now, we covered this already yesterday, but the first interpretation is that Elon's tweet, the first is that it caused people to suddenly start buying Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, and the price action certainly was consistent with this, because immediately after the tweet, both SHIB and Doge started pumping. However, the problem with this is that Doge didn't pump nearly as much. And in my view, usually when Elon tweets, it's very much associated with Doge. So it's hard to fully explain $2.5 billion just on a tweet alone, especially since as of this moment, the gains are still remaining. Usually, there's a dump shortly after those pumps, and which leads me to the next quite popular opinion. Now, as many of you know, insiders and analysts have been mentioning that Robinhood is reportedly loading up its wallets in preparation for to load, to launch Shiba Inu on its platform. Well, this makes sense. It makes quite a lot of sense, because Robinhood is actually the final major exchange platform which Shiba Inu hasn't been listed on yet. Also, I also did some digging on the blockchain, if you remember from yesterday's video, and I found a number of wallets which were transferring billions in SHIB, and I could tell they were actually all centralized exchanges, and they actually all probably could have been related ones, but I couldn't fully tell who. And I also saw another wallet. If I just head over here, another wallet which earlier today transferred about six trillion SHIB, which is currently sitting in this wallet. And this could perhaps, if the Robinhood theory is true, this could be what Robinhood is loading. And this is different to the 6 trillion which was reported some days ago, because this one actually came in today, um, and it's in a different wallet. And even if you go to the history, this particular wallet doesn't have any historical balances. In fact, yeah, this is the only transaction. It's pretty much a brand new wallet. Okay, and the third reason is institutional investors. Um, yeah, basically institutional investors who place large trades. As most of you know, SHIB is listed on Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, but the first place it was actually listed was actually on Coinbase Custody. Now, Coinbase Custody, it's a platform for institutional investors who place trades of a minimum of $1 million. And in hindsight, we shouldn't be surprised because we often see listings of various coins and tokens on Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, but we almost never see listings on Coinbase Custody, where the real money comes from. So that was probably a sign from quite a while back. So clearly, big wallets have been watching for a long time, and they may even be subscribers. Anyway, after that listing, SHIB actually didn't pump at all. And my interpretation is because institutional investors, they don't act like retail investors like you and me. They place very calculated and measured trades. And they probably waited to see the market's reaction to Coinbase, to the other listings on the other Coinbase platforms to see how much they could reliably invest. Now, they probably noticed that SHIB was still trading sideways. If I just head back to the graph, they probably noticed that SHIB was still trading sideways, and and whilst the rest of the market, was down, SHIB continued to be flat, and it developed a very strong support above the 7,000 unit mark. In a previous video, I mentioned that actually sideways movement is actually a really good sign. It shows that people have a long-term view and they're not willing to sell. So when investors see this, this gives them confidence that their investment, it probably won't go below that point, and hence it's a good point to buy. So the fourth point I'll probably add is probably my favorite, even though they all have merit, and it's probably a combination of all of them. Now, in this here, it explains that the recent spike is a response from the market in general, which perceives the value which Shiba Inu has to offer. Not so much for the pump, not so much reflected in the pump, but also in the holding after the pump. Remember, I like to define market cap. On this channel, I say this quite often. I like to define market cap as the level of confidence in which people have placed in an asset, and it's measured in dollars. Now, it's a reflection of the value or confidence in future gain. But that confidence, it doesn't come from thin air. It comes after prolonged observation. So people and institutions, they've been watching as this disbanded community of people, who behave as a united corporate entity called Shiba Inu. And I've said it once and I've said it again. Shiba Inu is not a meme token in the sense that most people think. In fact, it's not a meme token at all. But we'll gladly wear that badge if it continues to give us free publicity. Shiba Inu, it's a decentralized community of individuals who've come together to create world-class utility on the blockchain, and that was part of Ryoshi's vision. I mean, like, look what pretty much Shiba Inu has managed to build in just 1 year. Actually, it's even less than a year because I think the developers, they actually only came in early of 2021. Shiba Inu, it's a community of people who've banded together with no leader, no budget, no board of directors, no other centralized structures, no special allocation of tokens, not a dime spent on marketing. But it has managed to not only hold $2.5 billion worth of value throughout the roughest crypto markets without flinching. And that's because of you diamond handers. And what's even more impressive is that during this tough year, SHIB has managed to receive one of the highest CertiK audit scores for a secure decentralized exchange in ShibaSwap. Um, it's also launched a successful decent DEX with ShibaSwap, which drew about 2 billion in TVL on its first day. Shiba Inu has spontaneously attracted the attention of virtually all the major centralized exchanges, who to this day they continue to promote SHIB. SHIB has a unique value proposition of an ecosystem of tokens which influence each other, and you guys saw that in your when I showed you the price action of Leash and Bone, and and it's still really young. As I've said before, SHIB has a very strong social presence, and I like to put it also this way. SHIB has the foresight to build a layer 2 blockchain in an environment where layer 2s, they're going to become crucial if Ethereum based applications are going to survive. I could literally go on, you know this, guys, but basically we know what we're doing, and any discerning investor can see through the FUD. Anyway, those are the four reasons which I noticed, and it's probably actually a mix of all of them, really. So yeah, that's it. So where do I see, well, what's headed for the rest of the month? Well, for me, October, it's still a very hot month for crypto, and SHIB is just off. It's just has a head start. Now, once Bitcoin starts climbing towards its October target of 63, this is going to mean that it's going to be approaching its all-time high, and this time SHIB is looking like a much better investment to outsiders. We might even experience the pumps which Solana did during when BTC was pumping. And remember, we still have the release of the NFTs and the implementation of the doggy DAO. But for now, let's aim for best case gradual growth up until about 20,000 units. But I think that personally, I think that in November, SHIB is going to surprise us, especially if BTC breaks its all-time record, which it's scheduled to do in my view. And that's why I'm going to keep loading up on SHIB before the big one comes. And that's it from me, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in running your own simulations like I've been here, I've reduced my simulators for a short while. The Shiba Inu personal use version, actually, it's just over $5 at the moment. And if you're interested in testing out what your SHIB profit could be over the next months or years, you could check that out. I'll leave the links to the description below. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This is Ace. Peace.